Hello, everybody, and welcome to what was scheduled to be Brad and Rastus, a trip back from madness. I'm Ali. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Listen Up Music, and I'm here joined this evening by a very good friend, John, who some of you, if you have been keeping up with the Songwriting Prize over the years, will recognize him from the very first year of our competition, and we've remained firm friends since. So welcome, John.
Thanks for having me, Ali. I really appreciate you running this and having us. It's a little unfortunate. The story we're going to have on tonight was going to be absolutely amazing. A good friend of mine, Brad, is this amazing gentleman who has had the craziest life and craziest experiences of absolute ups and downs, and has come out and just got this amazing chat, but unfortunately has been confirmed to have pneumonia and can't make it tonight. So it's just been terrible circumstances and terrible timing. But we thought we'd come and hang out and say hello to everyone and answer any questions. And we will reschedule the Brad and Rastus Trip Back from Madness talk to another time once he's better. But first and foremost, I want to wish Brad my best wishes and a speedy recovery. And
best wishes from all of us that listen up as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just horrible thing to have happened, and obviously thoughts with him, and hope he makes a speedy recovery. And if nothing else, it gives us even more time to get excited about hearing him talk.
Absolutely. Look, the story is fantastic, and he's an absolute gentleman who has been through the world and remains so positive. It's so inspiring to me. From the second I met him, I actually met him at a work function, and we were just conversing, and he was sort of telling me a bit about his life, and it just kept getting deeper and deeper. And I was like, this man is amazing. He truly has an amazing story, and so well spoken, such a gentleman, and we got along really well from the first day, and have remained really good friends like ourselves. And as soon as he asked me if I had anyone that could help facilitate a mental health talk, because that's what he's aspiring to do now. And I thought, what a match made in heaven. I thought, listen up, just great people upon great people. And I thought if we could get him on, it'd be great. And we will have that chat soon. As I said, best wishes to Brad. I hope everyone is doing well during times like this. It's definitely been difficult, but I hope we're all keeping busy, and using this time to reflect and kind of take a break. Sometimes it's needed, that's for sure. That's one thing COVID has taught me. It's, if you get a break, make sure you take it.
Yeah, and it's kind of easier said than done, though, isn't it, John? Sometimes Absolutely. With these kind of forced things, it's like, well, I know that this is a great time to take some time for myself, and it's a great time to recharge or do those things that I've been putting off. But sometimes it's really difficult to get the motivation to even do those things, because it's Absolutely. Not through choice that this has happened.
That's one thing I've been struggling is it's with, like, I have all this free time, but there's no structure to it. So I've been trying to keep myself busy, like learning how to meditate, which is the strangest concept to someone like me who doesn't stop talking. It's definitely tough. But I've rekindled my love for reading, and I've been trying to keep my mind busy, and I've been taking a bunch of courses online to just kind of come out the other end of this entire break with some new skills and kind of a rejuvenated version of myself. So it's been tough to keep busy, but I think I'm doing okay.
Good. Well, I was actually going to ask you that, John. I was going to say, with what it is that you do with music and what it is that you do for work, and you've just touched on the meditation piece. What other things have you been kind of occupying yourself with? I almost feel like from the very small glimpse that I got when I dropped something off last week that looked like you were doing some renos or
yes,
what things have you been up to?
Yeah, I've been wading through the mess that is this house. We've been renovating, so we've just done bathrooms, and the whole place is shambles. I think my bedroom is the only safe haven that is, kind of somewhat together, but yeah, we're slowly just taking the time to put some time into the house and fix stuff up. And I've really been I've spent this entire whole COVID period, sort of just recovering from that vocal injury that I had. And it's been really great timing for me, because I, last year couldn't talk for most of the year and wasn't allowed to, live a fairly normal life. I couldn't converse, I couldn't communicate. And thankfully, it was during the whole COVID hit. So whilst I was not able to be performing or writing songs and doing stuff like that, the rest of the world was kind of on pause as well, which in some ways was really quite good and bad, because, I felt like I was at a point where I wasn't able to really do much. And then that same feeling that I had, then the rest of the world kind of was forced into as well, which was tough to see. But ultimately it's been an interesting couple of years, and I hope that we're almost on the, the other side of it all. But every day is a new journey during this time. And, it's been a long process of kind of getting through this injury and coming back. And, I got a glimpse of what it's like to be back at the show that you very kindly came to. And, I'm hoping that in the next year or so, we can continue recovering and start smashing out some goals, which would be great. And that's sort of where I'm hoping to aim. And it's been an interesting couple of years.
Absolutely. And as you said, self-confessed talker, out of all the things that could have happened, losing your voice.
I feel like it was a lesson I was meant to learn. It was, forced silence is terrible. But I had a really great support group. My family are amazing. They have done everything that they can for me to sort of make this tough time as enjoyable and easy as possible. And, it's, without them, I think it would have been much more difficult. But, they're amazing people, and I owe everything to them. So it's been amazing. Also, shout out amazing vocal surgeon if anyone is ever looking for some voice reconstruction surgery. There is Dan Novakovic in St. Leonard's. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Amazing. We've just had a message here from Kelly, who's one of Brad's carers. So she's watching. We all obviously send our best to Brad. Wonderful to have you here, Kelly. As we said, Brad recovering from pneumonia at the moment, so we will reschedule and get him to come and chat to us as soon as he's able to do so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking that there's so many things I want to ask you, John, but I don't want to step on toes of things that we'll kind of cover with you.
I am an absolute open book. Feel free to throw anything at me.
Well, I thought before I did that maybe I'd just ask if there's anybody who is watching at the moment who might have any questions for John or myself, and it doesn't have to be specific to lockdown if you don't want to. Anything to do with mental health. Obviously, John and I have both been involved in the music industry and have had our own experiences with mental health that we can talk to if anyone feels the need. But obviously, no pressure at all. But if you do, please put it in the comments on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you're watching on, and we'll do our best to answer. But while we're seeing if anyone's got anything like that, John, one of the things that I want to ask is, obviously before you had the vocal injury, you would have had a kind of a plan or a roadmap of what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go. Everyone has these kind of goals. Since having the surgery, and obviously you're still in a phase of recovery, have you found that the time out has given you time to reflect, and you've maybe changed any of those goals or aspirations or things that you initially had before the surgery?
Absolutely. I think the whole experience really allowed me to sit back and reevaluate what was important to me and the things that I wanted to do. So, I mean, around the time that this whole thing happened, I was working a part-time job in real estate, and I realized definitely not what I want to do. It's interesting. The time off has sort of, it's almost made me want to be able to work harder at the things that I was working on prior to the vocal injury. I think it really clarified what I want to achieve. And it's also sort of given me the time to, I guess, mentally prep myself for the work that I'll have to put in once I'm fully recovered. It's also allowed me to sort of diversify in the things that I want to do. So I've got a couple of projects coming up sort of this year and in the next, where I'll be starting up it's totally off brand, but yeah, this would be my debut announcement. But for all my friends who know me personally, I'm very into cars and anything with an engine and wheels and stuff like that. So I'm starting up some automotive projects and businesses that I'll be sort of endeavoring in, which will mostly be content creation wise. But yeah, it's really made me realize that, like, you just have to chase the things that you're passionate about, because if you're not chasing those things, then ultimately, like, you know, for me, I'm driven by the things that I love. And if I'm not chasing them, I find myself not able to get motivated and not able to do the things that I want to achieve. So it allowed me to sort of take that step back and go, right, these are the things that I want to do. I'm going to do them. So this whole automotive endeavor is something that I'm going to take on whilst this is all in recovery. And then once my voice is back up and running again, I'm hoping to sort of jump back into the music thing full time. And I've got a bunch of songs written and ready to record. It's just a matter of being able to sing them as well as, you know, I hope to.
Amazing. No, that's awesome to hear, John. We've had a question from Kelly. I'll stick it on the screen for you.
Sure. Hi, Kelly. How you going? Awesome. Okay, cool. John, I'm not familiar with your story. Where can I learn more? I'm a carer, have a nursing background. I miss your story. First and foremost, I think anyone that works in the nursing industry is a wonderful person. Thank you for caring for our people. You guys are very appreciated. A bit about my story. I guess I'll run us through the beginning. It's not really a touchy subject for me, so I'm happy to talk about it. It was 2019. So 2019, on Father's Day, I was getting ready to take my dad out for Father's Day dinner. And I was moving my car from the back lane to the front of the house to pick them up. And as I was parking my car, a gentleman jumped out and basically assaulted me, came and punched me in the throat. And I suffered a severe vocal hemorrhage. And then working full-time as a singer-songwriter and live entertainer, I continually was running into issues where I was like losing my voice just from talking. I'd talk, an hour a day, and I just really couldn't produce noise, couldn't sing. So I had to cancel all my work, and I booked in to go see an ENT, the wonderful Dan Novakovic that I mentioned earlier, who scoped me and sort of told me the bad news that I had a severe vocal hemorrhage, and I was put onto instant vocal rest for a week, and then returned back and wasn't getting any better. And over the course of sort of 6 to 8 months, I was on a wait list for surgery, and my entire career stopped. And I just basically was put in a standstill moment, which is exactly what you were talking about, is where I sort of had that moment of clarity. It's like, yes, this is the thing I want to chase. And as soon as I'm able to do it, there is no one stopping me. I'm going for it as soon as I can, was kind of the mindset. And I went into the whole experience kind of with that mindset. And whilst there were tough days, with the right support group, the right friends, it was a long process, but we're back here. And, I always keep smiling no matter what. That's kind of the person I am. And, I think everything can be fixed with a smile, and you just got to continue through it. So that's what happened. And I've been on a recovery process since my surgery, which was last September. So we're almost coming up on a year post-surgery. And my recovery time was supposed to be 3 years. So I've still got a little while to go. But it's definitely getting stronger. I've been singing every day. I've been writing every day. I'm back to the point where I can actually function as a musician again, which is absolutely lovely. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia is a wonderful, wonderful musician and artist and friend. But first and foremost,
a friend of ours as well.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's been a journey. We're still on it, and I'm just taking it day by day, and hopefully we'll be out nice and soon.
Mate, that's awesome. Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard the story, but it's so, yeah, it's heartbreaking hearing what happened, and of all the things to happen, and you absolutely had no idea that was going to happen, and of all the things. I mean, it might be crass to say, but of all the places that you could have been punched, that was really right at the heart of everything. The worst place?
It's funny. I joke about it now. I say I should have just taken it to the face, because he was going for the face and I ducked out the way. So it's, I guess, partial blame is on me, but I believe that everything happens for I'm not going to get into the deep and meaningful of it all, but I do believe that every experience ultimately results in an outcome. And I truly believe that this has happened to me for me to gain the clarity that I have through this experience, and sort of allow me to, push further and harder at my career and at my life, and achieve the things that I ultimately want to achieve. So I think in some weird, convoluted way that this was meant to be, and you can't cry.
I don't know if John is frozen or if the stream is frozen. Not sure. If anyone can tell us if they can still see me or if they can still see John, that might help. Yeah. Okay. So John's frozen. And he's left us temporarily. Hopefully he will be back on in a second. But thanks for your comment, Kelly. Yeah, very strong. Obviously, amazing for him sharing that story, and truly awful that it happened to him. But very inspirational to see his recovery journey, and the patience that he's had to show. In the face of what will have completely upset his entire year of what he had planned. Also, for those people who are tuning in who weren't here from the beginning, unfortunately, Brad is unable to join us due to him having pneumonia. So it's not very well at all at the moment. And we obviously send our best and our thoughts to him. And we will be rescheduling so that you can hear his incredible story. In the meantime, we were having a chat with a great friend, John, who we met in the first year of our songwriting prize, which is our main competition. Sorry, I'm stumbling my words because John's actually calling me at the moment. I'm not sure whether I should be taking the call in the middle of a live stream, but it looks like he's having technical difficulties and probably is not able to get back on. But we were just going to come on temporarily, just in case anyone had any questions, and not tell too much of John's story. But if you would like to keep up to date with what we do as a mental health music charity, you can look up Listen Up Music, and you'll be able to find out from there first when we are able to reschedule the Brad and Rastus, the Trip Back from Madness session. But thank you to everybody who's joined us this evening. I'm going to go and call John and find out what's happened with his internet, and we will hope to be back with you with Brad and John at a time in the not too distant future. So take care, and if you need anything, please reach out and let us know. Love to all.